I've just got the keys to my 6 buy-to-let property, so we're going to head over there now and I'll show you around the place and I'll show you what things I've done, and then I'll also give you a breakdown of all the figures and all of the costs and everything that's involved, and I'll also reveal how much this property is going to be making me every month. So this is a living area. As you can see, it's nice and bright and airy. It's certainly a nice space as we move on into what's probably going to be the dining area. Again, it's nice and fresh and clean. Moving on into the kitchen, pretty nice. Definitely to a good enough standard for a rental. We also have a small utility room which you don't normally find in a terraced house. It's a good space for washing machine and also for the combi boiler to go. And as normal, we have a downstairs toilet and shower room, which is quite common in a terraced house. Again, nothing really needs doing to it, it's in a pretty good state. Okay, moving back into the kitchen. I've replaced the hob and the oven because the original one wasn't in a great condition, to be honest, and I do think that adding a new hob and oven makes a big difference when you are showing tenants around, and it doesn't cost too much. Moving on to the upstairs. So when I was in here the other day, the door handle snapped off while I was inside and got locked in, so I had to call the missus and come and rescue me. So this is the main bedroom at the front of the house. Pretty good size, and it's got built-in wardrobes, which is good and always appealing to tenants. Pretty basic. It's also got spotlights fitted, which I think is a nice touch. So moving on through the landing, and on the right we have a bathroom. Now we don't normally have a bathroom in terraced houses, especially around this area, but this one does have one, which is an added benefit, and also has a bath. So there are actually 2 showers and a bath in this property. And then moving on into the back bedroom. Now this is a lot smaller, but again, it's a nice room. It's got a built-in wardrobe again, which is obviously good for saving space, and it's just a nice, tidy, small room. Nice view out the back window there. So I'll just go through a few figures, a few numbers. Don't know if you remember me saying in a previous one that this house actually up on the market for £92,000, now put an offer in for 96. And luckily this offer is accepted, because around the time it's really difficult to actually get a property because there's so many people in the market. So even though that I offered more than the asking price, 6 months down the line, it was definitely worth it. It's definitely a good deal, because this property now is probably worth 100k plus. So the deposit was £24,000, stamp duty £2,880, solicitors fees £1,700, and there was a £500 fee for my mortgage broker. So the mortgage rate I've got on this is 3.64%, and that is a little higher than it usually would be, and that's because it's in my limited company, and there just aren't many products on the market for limited companies. Therefore the rate's usually higher, which to be honest is a bit annoying, when if you bought the house in your own name you could probably get around 2%. But anyway, It's 3.64%, that's what it is, and the monthly repayments are £221. Now, the rent I'm expecting to achieve from this property will be around £550, and it's going to go on the market for £550 next week. To be honest, I'll be happy to get £525, so hopefully no potential tenants are watching this video. Anything over £520, £525, and I'll be really happy with. That'll give me over £330 profit per month. Obviously, we have to take into account contingency and repairs and tax and things like that. But taking all this into account, this property should give me a cash flow of around £3,900 per year and a profit of around £3,000. It's in a really good area, it's really sought after, so I've no doubt that this property will be rented out sooner rather than later, and hopefully this time next month the tenancy agreement will be signed, I'll have new tenants, the payments will be set up and everything will be in place for them to move in, and we can start clawing back some of the outgoings that I've spent on this property so far. So there were a few other costs which I've had to do to improve the property since I had it. Nothing major, just things like painting and decorating. I bought a new oven and a new hob, as you can see there, had that fitted. Obviously, gas certificate and electrical certificate, and also we're having the carpets cleaned all throughout to freshen them up, make them look new, and then that is pretty much it. So the extra costs added on to the fees I've just told you is around £500 to £600. Now for me, this is worth it. Some people, they'll just do absolutely nothing and expect to get a tenant in and charge top whack. But for me, I prefer to make the house presentable, make it clean, tidy, fresh, paint all the walls, skating boards, make sure the oven and everything is new. It'll put you in a much better place to get in a better tenant, and hopefully that tenant will become a long-term tenant and they will look after the property as if it was their own.